lecture we have seen the reflection of plane wavefront on the basis of Huygens wave theory of light. Now we have to see refraction of light. Refraction is one of the property of light. Refraction of plane wavefront. On the basis of Huygens wave theory of light. So this is the diagram for the refraction of plane wavefront. What is the meaning of this diagram? This is a plane wavefront EV bounded by rays PA and QB. This wavefront is obliquely advancing towards a boundary XY. XY is the plane surface separating the two media. This is medium, upper side with medium 1, say, or rare medium, and below the boundary there is medium 2, or we can say there is denser medium. So this is the boundary separating the two media, rare medium and denser medium. As we know that velocity of the light changes as medium changes, therefore C1 is the velocity of light when light is in rare medium or medium 1, and C2 is the velocity of light in denser medium or say medium 2. So this is a plane wavefront AB bounded by the rays PA and QB. This wavefront is obliquely advancing towards surface XY. Now the ray PA first touches the surface XY. At that time this QB ray comes up to point B dash, as the velocity of light is same in the, therefore when the ray at P reaches to A dash, the ray at Q reaches to B dash. Then suppose T is the time required to cover the distance B dash C. This ray continuously goes and incident on at point C on the surface XY. If T is the time required to reach from B dash to C, then we can say that this distance BC or B dash C is equal to C1T. How it is obtained? The distance or displacement is equal to velocity into time. As we know that velocity is C1 and time required to reach from B dash to C is T, small t. Therefore, B dash C is equal to C1T. At the same time or during this time, when this ray B dash covers the distance B dash C, in this time interval, this point A dash, according to Huygens principle, it will act as a secondary source because it is the point on the wavefront, and according to Huygens principle, every point on the wavefront acts as a secondary source. Therefore, during this time, from A, secondary waves are emitted, and these waves spreads over a hemisphere. This is the hemisphere which represents secondary waves in another medium or denser medium. This hemisphere represents the secondary waves originated from A dash, and radius, that is A dash C, we can say that distance A dash C is equal to C2T because time interval is same to spread over this surface, and as the velocity changes in the another medium, velocity is C2, therefore AD is equal to C2T. This hemisphere whose radius is equal to A dash D, this represents secondary waves emitted in the another medium. Now geometrical construction, draw a tangent CD to this sphere. This CD represents a refracted wavefront. So this is the plane wavefront incident on surface XY and refracted in this direction. So there is a refraction of plane wavefront. shown in the diagram. This is the diagram. Now, by using the geometry of the figure, we have to prove Snell's law. In other words, we have to prove the phenomenon of refraction of a plane wavefront by using or on the basis of Huygens principle. So, remember these values: distance b dash c is equal to c1t and distance a dash d is equal to c2t. This distance a dash. Now, we have to use the geometry of the figure, and by using the geometry of the figure we can prove the Snell's law. This is normal, n dash is normal to the surface xy at the point a dash. This is the normal. So we know that this is the incident ray, this is the normal. Therefore this angle which angle? Angle P a dash n is equal to angle R and is known as angle of incidence. Similarly, this angle, refracted ray, normal, angle between them is angle of refraction. So, angle P a dash n dash is equal to angle R is equal to angle of refraction, and angle I is angle of incidence. We will notice. So, next part is we will continue in the next lecture.